When was the last time you checked something off your bucket list? Was it a month ago or a year ago? I recently, this past January, had the great opportunity of traveling to Paris, France with some girlfriends of mine. We started booking everything about 3 months in advance, and we didn't book the traditional hotel or airline. We went with one of Europe's cheaper airlines and only took a carry-on instead of them charging us for a bag, so we saved some money there. We didn't book a hotel. We ended up going with Airbnb.com, and we stayed with locals. They shared their loft with us. That ended up saving a couple of €100 anyway. We were also right in the center of Paris, near some of the best restaurants, and about 5 minutes away from the metro station. But unfortunately, we traveled there the week after the Charlie Hebdo magazine terrorist attack, which 12 people were killed. Our family was a little bit nervous for us doing this, but we didn't want the terrorists to win, so we went anyway. The first thing we noticed when we arrived was food. We had the best meal that we had while we were there that night that we got there. The gentleman that we were staying with offered to take us around the block and show us this place. We ended up eating a 3-course meal for only €20. That's pretty cheap. The next day when we started sightseeing, we noticed just how cheap, because the food almost tripled in price around the tourist spots. We stuck to the metro because it was only €1.30 per ticket, as opposed to a €40 taxi ride anywhere you went in the city. We stayed pretty much to the touristy areas only because of the attacks. All of the marching and the protesting were going on the north end of Paris. We decided to steer clear of that area and stay to the tourist area. We did notice all of the armed guards and personnel stationed outside of the museums, and they did perform security and bag checks pretty much everywhere we went. Even if we were entering certain restaurants, we were having our bags checked, and even some of them had the metal wands that they were going around checking us with. We ended up not seeing the we saw the Eiffel Tower, but we ended up not going up to the Eiffel Tower. One, because only one elevator was going up and the line was all the way around the block. We ended up not going up to the Arc de Triomphe, although it was open, well, not open. We could cross the street and see it, but not enter it because of the attacks. It was closed. The only thing that remained open was the Notre Dame, also because it was a church. That was the only thing we managed to go up actually and see. We did see the Louvre. They also performed bag checks there too. And the Mona Lisa, for some reason, was closed that Saturday. They weren't letting anybody in the museum, so we had to postpone for the next day to see that because they had reopened it the day after. We got to see so much and experience so much in a short amount of time, and I'm so glad that we got to do it. The terrorists didn't win. We went anyway. We still have funny stories to tell, even though most places were closed, but I will never forget my trip to the City of Lights.